Hello and welcome to another learning cast, and in this one we're gonna have a closer look at Guardian, and he's gonna be playing 2v2 Sandbox. I just need to set these. Someone needs to fix that already, so all those maxes on minimap are always turning off after games. It's annoying. Okay, so let's get to the game and his play. So we are on Sandbox, and this map, well, actually you can be pretty much fine if you just stay in your base and eco, but you need to know how to do that. And if you look at the map, there are just some trees that are, well, giving just bit energy, but that's not your main concern. Your main concern are these rocks, this group of rocks, which actually gives a ridiculous amount of mass. So when you start reclaiming them, you're gonna have tons of mass, and so this is like the first group you can have. Then there is another one, and then a few in the middle, one over there, one over there. Not sure if there's anything in the middle. Looks like nothing in this version. And so those are the groups. Then one should be over here and one over there. So actually, if you want to expand on this side, you don't really care about these two maxes or even this one. You want to just reclaim all these rocks and eco up all your maxes, take them up to T2, T3. You can easily get the T3 max from these. So what you need to do is just build tons of energy to use all the mass available. And it's also nice to go a second air, since it's a bit distance to go there by yourself. So you get a transport and drop like 1 NG to each group of these rocks. You just ignore these two maxes for the beginning. First you need to get the rocks, and that will boost your eco like crazy, but you need to also spam a lot of PGens. So after you finish your hydro, you just need to start a line of PGens, and pretty much if you have enough energy, you can just take up all your maxes at once, since it really gives so much mass. And well, looks like Guardian is now changing his mind. And also there's, well, you can go to the middle of ACU, so you can secure this reclaim with ACU, but still it's a bit faster to drop the NGs with transporters. So even if you go with ACU early to the middle, you start building some factories, you can also try to sneak some NGs on the enemy territory, reclaim, and also when you go with transport, dropping at this location, you can drop 1 NG to the max as well, so you get it, or so 2 here to get the maxes and the rocks at the same time. But if you need to choose what to get, if the maxes or the reclaim, always go for the reclaim, since there's just so much of it. Okay, so now let's at this build. So far he could afford already in the max upgrade, but he needs mass for that, and storage is another way to go. First, what you need to do is take up all your maxes to T2, and when you have them on T2, then you can start building storages. The one exception of this on this map could be that you're stealing reclaim from your opponent, and you just can't possibly spend that much mass. So in that case, you may go for mass storage to just store all the mass and use it later. But if you're not going for that, and that's really special case, then never build storages before you have your maxes on T2. So first T2 maxes, then storages, since I'm gonna explain why. Every storage that you put around max boosts its production by 12.5%. And it doesn't matter if it's T1, T2, T3, it's just 12.5%. But as you can see, your T1 max is producing 2 mass, so if you add 12%, it's not really too much. Even if you have it surrounded with maxes, then it's 50%, and that is gonna boost your production from 2 to 3, which is not a lot. And if you look at the cost, 200 mass, so you're gonna have 1 extra mass production after you build all of them, which is gonna take almost 4 minutes. So 800 mass, and you can do some math yourself how long it's gonna take to pay off. So that's why you need to do it after you have your maxes to T2, since it's gonna boost your production from 6 to 9. And then if you upgrade to T3 max, you're gonna have a mass income from that single max. Instead of 18, you're gonna have 27, and that's nice bonus already. So definitely get all the mass, and that would just change the game completely, since you could have 10 minutes T3 or 10 minutes full T3 eco without any problem. And looks like our Guardian does not know about it. There's all the reclaim he can get. So that's for eco. Also, when you build in factories, you either build them and produce units from them, or you don't build them. If you just sometimes forget to queue up some commands in it, you can, for example, one factory can go full energies on this map, since you need to build power to spend all the reclaim. Other factory can produce tanks, so you click up few tanks, then you have this button to infinite build. You do that in one factory, and another factory is gonna be assisting this factory. So you don't need to think about when all your units are built and you need to queue up some more. You just have infinite build. And then also one factory should go T2, since you need to get a T2 power to spend all the mass, but again, not the case in Guardian's game, since he's not reclaiming any of it, and looks like his ally does not know about it either. What about these guys? Also no reclaim. Looks like this one is reclaiming, but just let's see, it should be simple patrol or attack move. Yeah, since he's not really focusing on the rocks, but now he's reclaiming few of them, and just look at the mass, how much it's giving. So when you just reclaim all those rocks, stay on this for a bit longer to show you exactly what's going on. Run, reclaim it. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of mass, so if you start reclaiming them, you can just stack up like crazy. Also, now this group of units has no chance against 2 PDs. You need to kill the PDs first. So okay, he's doing that. But still, you have only like 10 units altogether. No reinforcements coming, nothing that could reclaim this battlefield. So no really point of attacking, like killing the PD is fine. So you forced your enemy to do something, but with scouting you would already see that they just have much more, so time to retreat. No need to lose all these units. And TML is always a good choice, so that's one extra point for this guy, since he's building TML. But for that you also need air scouts, and scout all the maxes if there's some TMDs, so you know what you're facing. Fortunately for him there are no TMDs, so he can shoot as much as he wants. Now you're never gonna chase these units with ACU, so maybe if he plays the T2 PD here to secure it, so one T2 PD should be enough to scare these units. And also when you go to middle, just play some factory or two, so you can get the reclaim, LNGs and pretty much anything you want. Navy on this map is useless. As you can see, this nice hill that would block any incoming direct fire, and I think it's also enough to block cruiser missiles. So no need to go for T2 Navy, I would say. If you have enough air to protect yourself, you don't need Navy. Like the Navy would be in a case that you would be maybe losing air and you wanna put some cruisers, but still you can't really move your cruisers all over the map, and it's gonna protect only the territory over there. So Navy on this map are not the best way to go. Otherwise, the eco is not the worst, but that's because he's not really upgrading the mexes, not really building anything, so gonna be behind. And on this map you just need to eco from the very beginning. Start upgrading mexes to T2 one after another, reclaim all those rocks, and pretty much step ecoing when you're on T3, and then you can start spamming experimentals or whatever you want. If you can go for massive Perseus, or you can just rush the nuke on this map, and before your enemy does experimental, and also that experimental needs some time to cross, you can just build your own experimental, so no need to be afraid. So not much going on since no upgrading. I don't know what else to say to that, so just upgrade. And you can see the TML just got blocked by the mountain, so even with the TML you need to just shoot at the place where the mountain is not in a way. So this is successful missile, but Hydra is not really worth sniping. The T2 Pigeon would be better, or one of these mexes around it. Yeah, it's just no loss for him. Well, maybe for Anubis a bit, since he is not building too much energy, but his ally has this T2 Pigeon that is giving enough energy also to his teammate. So sniping Hydra is a viable option only when you killed already all the T2 Pigeons and you wanna keep killing energy. Then Hydra and all the rest of the Pigeon is a good choice. Otherwise just snipe T2 mexes. Pigeons, T2 Pigeons, T2 mexes. That's the way to go with the TML. Okay, so yeah, they just don't know about these rocks and all the advantage it gives them. Okay, maybe he's reclaiming a bit of them, as you can see, giving a lot of mass when he actually focuses on them. Still no eco, so I'm gonna speed it even more, since in these videos I want to give the review to the gameplay, and since there's really nothing going on, I'm gonna skip it, since there's gonna be some action and I can give tips to that, since I think I told already everything to the eco and what you need to do and why to do that. So now it's up to him to try the next game, improve, or next few games, and then I can check another replay. So finally T2, yeah. But still enough energy, so you just need to take up all your mexes. You don't even need T2 power right now, since you have enough energy. And yeah, first upgrade to T2 all the mexes, and then storages, as I already said. And like the Navy, okay, but I'm gonna rephrase that. It's not that good on this map, but if you wanna break through some turtle in this position, then the Navy is fine, since it's range. But you usually need to spend quite a lot of resources on that before you break through. And if you're equaling pretty much at the same rate as your opponent, and you have more map, then you can get a better eco, and you don't need to necessarily break through too soon. So you can just get an eco advantage and then do something. So now we have a strat on the map. It's going after all these units. Nice way how to get veterancy. So definitely a good option to go when you're attacking your opponent. Just pack some group of units like that. You need to kill them all, just get some veterancy and then go sniping pigeons and everything, deny the T3 from your opponent. And I think this guy could just end the game with strats, since I don't see any other T3 on the map and not even planned. And now looks like Guardians start building actually something, and so that's the point when you realize you don't have a mass for that, but they're still flying mass around. And strat hitting mountain. So now just with the strat you need to kill all those T2 pigeons and you won the game. Since your opponent has no chance of getting any power or anything. No reason to target the ace, you just kill the power and then kill the rest. That's the safe way to do that. Okay, so now after 20 minutes it's actually picking up the Maxis T2, a bit too late. And looks like just his teammate is gonna win the game alone, since these two guys have no answer to those strats. Yeah, T1 and Intis will not catch up. The T1 anti-air will eventually shoot the strat down, but I think I saw another strats already. Yeah, another two strats, and you have full air control, you're killing your opponent with strats and he has just few antis. There's no reason to go for ASFs, just full strat spam and kill everything with strats. And also I noticed that all the factories are built HQ, so there's an option, you just take up one factory to HQ, and then when you select other T1 factories you have option which is right there, and it's called support factory. So all the other factories you wanna upgrade them to support factories. The difference is that the HQ is unlock the tech for you, and then if you wanna add another factories also on T2, T3, you just upgrade them to support factories. They are way cheaper. So you don't need to spam NGs to assist the main factory, but you get the cheap factories as the support ones. They have same build power, just less HP, and you can build a lot of T2, T3 units from them as well. And only thing you need to pay attention to is if your HQ dies, you need to build another one. Otherwise, your support factories can't build T2 or T3 units. And definitely do that. If you place your HQ somewhere in your base, you can get a fast T2 tech pretty much anywhere on the field, since it's really cheap to upgrade the factory to support factory. And 250 unit cap, yeah, that's interesting. And if you run out into some problems like this, you can control K or T1 NGs. You can always go for T2 NGs or T3 NGs if you are limited by units like that. So build some higher tech NGs, or also the NG stations. If you get few of them in same run base or UEF, they have a lot of build power. And you can see the difference in mass income around 40, and well, the reclaim, there's some reclaim, you reclaim few rocks and no rocks, so 10k mass that he could use for picking up mexes. Okay, so now destroyer, I'm gonna speed it up even more. It's like nothing. Well, now actually getting some mass, so when you start getting mass like that, you just need to start picking up your mexes to T3, and also you need to get something to build. You either get NGs on this thing to break through, get some T3 navy, or you just get a lot of NGs and a lot of factories, land factories, to get all the spam Percivals, whatever you want, or just get a T3 NGs and keep spamming fat boys after you have enough mass. And artillery is not the solution if you have 100 mass income. You need full T3 eco to go for artillery. It's just way too expensive. You can see 72k mass, and just the ACU drains 300, so you can't really afford it when you have just 100 income. Looks like the replay just froze, so I'm gonna end it here since there was not too much to talk about anymore. So all the things I said about the eco, just start ecoing up from the beginning and pretty much follow that, and gonna be fine. Get a few more games and practice it a bit. You can always check a replay of someone better playing, or if your opponent is better than you can check his replay, how he does that, and try to copy that, and then if you fail, come back to me and I'm gonna give you more tips. So that's gonna be all for this video. See you some other time.